What's up, guys? Coach Thomas back here with another workout. Today we're going to be doing an AMRAP. It's going to be a total of 12 minutes long. Before we get into that, we're going to hit our warm-up. Once again, it's going to be really short, to the point, and really focus on warming up a lot of those movements and muscles that we're going to be utilizing in the workout today. Okay? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 40 seconds of an exercise or a movement, followed by 20 seconds of a repeated movement. That repeated movement today is going to be shoulder taps, where we're going to be in the push-up position, just tapping shoulder each side. Okay, you can do this from your toes or from your knees, whatever you need to get through the warm-up. You can also start, like if your shoulders are a little tight, you can start from your knees and actually build to doing that from your toes in the push-up position. Okay. Our first movement is one of my favorite movements to do for a warm-up, and that's an iso lunge. Okay, so when we do an iso, like an isometric lunge, we're gonna be in that nice deep lunge position. So we're gonna do that for 20 seconds one side, 20 seconds the opposite side. That'll be our 40-second block, followed by our 20 seconds of the shoulder taps. The next exercise is gonna be 40 seconds of alternating hang snatch. Okay, we have snatches today in the workout, so we're going to go from the hang position. Whenever you're doing a movement that's pulling from the ground, sometimes just shortening it and going either like from the hang or from the hip position is a great way to, for one, warm up, and then other kind of like grease the joint on some of those bigger complex movements. Okay, the next one we're going to be doing is an alternating one arm row. Okay, so we're going to be in that RDL position, just alternating back and forth with that row, just with one weight. Okay, and the last one we're going to be doing is just a standard goblet squat, where we'll flip that Freebell up. We'll be in the goblet position, nice deep in our lunges. So the workout today is a total of 4 minutes long. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to use an 8 kilo. You only need one weight for this warm up. Obviously, I'll be using the Freebell, best weight on the market, but if you have a dumbbell or kettlebell, that should do the trick just fine. Remember, first movement we're doing is a lunge. Here we go, 10 seconds. Want to be in a nice deep lunge position. And down. Really the goal is I like to have a nice vertical shin. Try to get that knee, slight bend in that rear knee. Try to get the knee just like an inch off the ground. Stay nice and tall, supported. To really open our hips up, really work that in-range position that we're gonna be utilizing. We're already at the 20, and switch. See, that goes by pretty quick and just pretty intense. You know, just being in that deep lunge position, get down to where you feel comfortable that you can hold the whole duration. If that's a little bit higher, there's no problem in that. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and shoulder taps. So we're gonna be in that push-up position. We're just tapping back and forth. Great shoulder warm up. Good to get the core a little fired up. 10 seconds. I like my feet about shoulder width apart. 3, 2, 1. And done. Okay, so we're gonna be on our hang snatch. Okay, so we're gonna go the first 20 seconds just on that one side. You can see how I'm pulling it straight up my body to that overhead position. Good. One more. And go ahead and switch arms. Give yourself a little drive out of those legs. 3, 2, 1. All right back on shoulder taps. Try to keep the hips down in line with your shoulders. We've got 10 seconds to go. You can see how it gets those shoulders going, especially as we get a couple rounds in. And switch. Okay, we're gonna be on that alternating row. Okay, good RDL position here. Just alternating back and forth. Pull straight to the chest. Like to rotate those shoulders. Drive those elbows back. Try to keep your chest down. All the movement should be, with those lats, pulling that weight back. Try not to create momentum. There you go, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Right on shoulder taps. Ten seconds. Next up will be the goblet squat. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Okay, goblet position here. Just nice and deep as you can. You'll actually feel, after doing that iso lunge, you should actually feel that depth open up a little bit. Once those hips start to loosen, really helps your bilateral squat position. Almost there already? 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and switch. All right, last set on those shoulder taps. Three, 2, 1, and done. All right, 4 minutes. Just like always, if you feel like you need a little bit more, you can either jump into right into another set of 4, or take like a couple minutes and then do another set. Whatever's fine. I like to keep them nice and short. That way we can get into the workout. All right, let's get on it. All right, let's get into today's workout. So it's 12 minutes total of work. Got a few 1-minute rests in between each round. We're gonna do 4-minute AMRAPs. Okay, so as many rounds as possible in the 4 minutes. The main way to think about this is we just want to work the whole time. Okay, wherever that is, whether you stop in the middle of a round, whether if you complete the round and have to start again, either way, find your pace, something that you can hold on for the 4 minutes, and then try to hold on to that. Not only for the first 4-minute block, but I always think about it like I want to hold every single one the same. So if I can be consistent across these 3 rounds of 4 minutes, that's the goal for the workout. Okay. After every 4-minute workout, there'll be a 1-minute rest. Okay. You will pick up where you left off. So let's say you get a round and a half, you'll pick up at that halfway point and just keep on rolling after the 1-minute break. Okay. So our exercises today, the first thing we're starting out with is the 1-arm snatch. Okay. We have 8 reps. You can either do that just all 1 arm and then switch, or you can alternate either one back and forth as long as the weight starts on the ground each time, okay? In between every single round of today, we're gonna be doing push-ups, okay? So we're starting with 8 each side on the snatch, then we go 5 push-ups. The next exercise we have is a bent over row. I'm gonna be doing 2 weights at the same time on the row. If you only have 1 weight, you would just hit 12 each arm on the row, followed by another set of 5 on the push-ups, okay? The next one is a sumo deadlift. We're getting into a little bit of a wider position. We're gonna interlock our hands on the Freebell, which would be honestly the same way you would do on a dumbbell, and then you would just be double over if you're doing a kettlebell today, followed by another round of 5 on the push-ups, okay? After that round, you would start over, okay? So if we got through that and we're like at 3 minutes and you got through those push-ups, boom, you're back to the top starting with the snatches, okay? On the push-ups today, I like to put in these small sets of some of our bodyweight exercises like push-ups and pull-ups. I think it's a great way to build on some of those movements. If you feel like you can't get through 5 unbroken every round, there's a couple things you can do. You can either lower the reps, maybe 2-3 reps, or you can maintain the 5 reps and just go from your knees. I wouldn't do any more reps. It still should be challenging, but you should be able to maintain the push-ups consistently this entire workout, okay? If you get in the middle of it and you start to fail push-ups, you're better off just lowering the reps Hit a consistent set between each round and then move on. It won't do any harm. It might speed up your rounds a little bit, but it's perfectly fine. We'll just keep building on those push-ups so that way you're able to do these workouts just the way they're written every time. All right, let's get into it. So I'm gonna go, I think 16 on my sumo deadlift and my snatch. Same weight. Let's grab a timer. All right, so we're starting out with our snatch. And remember, on an AMRAP, you don't need to go crazy, right? Like, just find your pace. This 4 minutes will feel a little bit longer than what you really think. So I'm gonna do alternating on my snatches. Like, here we go. You can see how the Freebell, you really have to maintain technique. There's 4. Keep that weight really close to the body. Focus on the coordinated catch. I love having things that you have to stay focused on. Movements that you have to stay focused on, even while you're moving fast. All right, now we're on our set of 5 on push-ups. Good. I'm gonna grab my other 16, and we're right into our rows. Maintain that position with your back. And 12. Good, right to the side, right on our push-ups. All right, sumo deadlifts. Set of 15 here. Good position underneath, side to the top. One thing that's nice about a Freebell or even a dumbbell, it's a little closer to the ground. So when you're doing exercises like this, makes you go a little lower. 10, set of 5. Good. Here we go. 5 on push-ups. All right, we're right back on the top on our snatch. We're about 2 minutes in. Six, 2 more. Good. Right back on our push-ups. Good job. Okay, on our rows. Good. Set of 12. Back on our set of 5 of our push-ups. Good. And on sumo. Weight to the center. Doing good. We got like 30 seconds. And 5.
Baby girl,
13, 14, break. Good, so 4 minutes in. we get 1 minute off. So I finished on 14. Means I have 2 reps to go. So finish with the 16 on sumo deadlift. And then we'll be right back on our push-ups. A minute's not long, but it is enough to get your heart rate down. To me, it's a great break on these AMRAPs, especially when it gets upper body intensive on those push-ups. Turns into a lot of push-ups, but still low enough reps, like I said, that you can maintain some really high quality work the whole time. Okay, 10 seconds. So I'm starting back with the sumo deadlift. You will start back wherever you left off. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Good, there's my 2. 4 and 5. Good, okay, back on our snatch. 8 reps here. You can say, even when I get tired, the goal is the same. Keep that sucker stable, control the whole time. Here we go, set of 5. Good job, back on our rows. Set of 12 here. Ten, 2 more. Good work. All right, back on our set of 5. Good. On our sumo. Remember, we're going till the 9 because we had that break, that minute break. There's 10, set of 6. And 6, good. Back on our set of 5. You guys are killing it. All right, right back on our snatch. Got about 90 seconds. Here's 6, 1 each side. Good. Here we go. Great work. All right, on our rows, we got 40 seconds. Nice, here we go. Set of 5. All right, a few of our sumos. 1, 2, break. Good job. It's with the 9-minute mark. We'll go right on the 10. And then we just have one more 4-minute block. I got two on the sumo. So I'll just have 14 reps to complete there. So pretty similar pace. On that one is my first round. Now we just try to finish strong. You know, stay the same, and you know, and these all like these AMRAPs sometimes on the, like, let's say last minute, try to push a little harder. See if you can edge out a few more reps, since we did such a good job of staying on task for our first two. 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. 3, 6, 7, 13, 3 to go. 16, good. Here we go, set of 5 on our push-ups. 5. Nice work. All right, we're right back on the top. Nice and stable. Right up the body. Two. Let's go 2 more. Nice. Set that right back there. 5 push-ups. Nice work. Right on our rows. All right, here we go. Set of 5. Starting to feel it now. 4, 5. Here we go. Sumo. We're doing great. 2 minutes. We're doing it for 2 minutes. 3. 8, 9, 10. 15 and 16. Here we go. Set of 5. Good work. All right. Last minute. See if we can bump it up a little bit. 8. Good. Right on it. Good work. Set of 12. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Nice. Good job, guys. That's it. 3 rounds, 3 4-minute AMRAPs, 1 minute break in between. Just shooting for total reps and rounds. Find your pace, find your weight, get into it. Hope you have a great workout. We'll see you next time.